From bone-crunching punches that leave opponents seeing stars, to devastating kicks that send bodies crashing to the canvas.
I agree.
Two knees that rewrite consciousness.
Left. That drops Mohammed.
The kickboxing world is full of action-packed finishes, but none as brutal as the knockouts you are about to see. So let's get into it. We'll kick things off with a clash of giants between Morat and Yanu Yanko, with the former pulling off a wild comeback. In round 1, Akudan came out like a horror movie villain, stalking Yanko with bad intentions.
But something's got right hand for my.
But Yanko turned the tables and became the wrecking ball himself in round 2.
He clipped him again.
And seconds later, the Romanian's left hook landed like a thunderclap in a silent storm.
And that's it! Lights out in Rotterdam! The Romanian tank with a statement KO in his debut!
Now, if you are a spinning Magic fan, you simply don't want to miss Taimu versus Venton. The towering Japanese had a fighter jet wingspan, and he used it to drop bombs on show from a distance. The Thai warrior had to travel halfway to the equator just to land a punch. And his reckless charging cost him dearly. There's something about these rising Japanese kickboxers, because Nakamura's KO of Amed Akudan was just as fiery. Akudan, being the lanky fighter, tried to keep his distance. But Nakamura kept charging in with left hands like an angry pit bull. And when he finally hit the bullseye, Akudan's soul looked like it left his body. Alex Pereira is one of the biggest stars in MMA today, but if it weren't for his kickboxing KOs, he wouldn't be the legend he is now.
Ended up getting him that TKO finish. Oh, high kick! Wow!
And one of those KOs came against Artur Brkic at Glory 74. From the start, Brkic looked like a bunny trapped in a lion's den.
He just got sharp eyes, but Brkic's hurt. Yeah, that wobbled Brkic, who's backed up against the rope. Look at these knees from Pereira, goes to the body.
Brkic tried to hop around and search for an escape, but Pereira was already locked in like a predator.
Brkic backed in the corner. His body language is telling us a very sad story, Joe.
The Brazilian finally pounced at the bell.
No, his nose is already bleeding. Left hook right at the bell, and that is it.
And the hunt was over with one ruthless strike.
You don't see it as much.
Stop!
Like Pereira, Badr Hari was a beast whose speed and power made even the toughest guys reconsider their life choices. Yuki Fujimoto was one of those unlucky men. As soon as the fight started, Badr, being the bigger man, chopped him down with leg kicks. Realizing he couldn't stand at range and survive, Fujimoto rushed in, hoping to turn it into a messy brawl.
Heavyweight champion.
But that was an even bigger mistake, as Badr sent a high kick straight to Fujimoto's head, sending the Japanese floating through space.
Fujimoto is out before he splashed to the canvas like a painting.
If you thought Badr Hari's head kick was bad, wait till you see the next one. The 2023 kickboxing battle between Jamal Waheim and Masan Usami was just as fiery. with Usami rattling Waheim's brain cells early with a sharp left hook. Waheim could either run or rumble. He bravely chose the latter and charged forward, desperate to turn the tide, and for a moment, it looked like he might. But Usami was always the more dangerous man. As he launched a nasty right hand that sent Waheim crashing into the depths of dreamland. In his heyday, Jerome Leclerc was an absolute monster who knocked out some of the best kickboxers of his era. Time unfortunately spares no one, and the Frenchman learned that the hard way against Japanese kickboxer KG in 2024. Leclerc came out landing the first few shots like he was trying to prove a point. But the moment KG unleashed his first combo, the Frenchman was on the floor, rethinking his poor choices. Glory Kickboxing is home to some of the nastiest dudes on the planet, and Milos is one such dude whose fight against Jimmy Lemonus was a brutal reminder of just how deadly he is moving forward. Milos dominated the action, sending Jimmy bouncing off the canvas with a vicious uppercut.
Just like to see a little... Oh, he touched him, and the uppercut, he's out!
Jimmy showed a ton of heart, but Milos' nasty right hands sent him down and dizzy, and for good.
Oh, and he's out! What an overhand right from the Serbian! Milos Venton with a big shot, and the fight's over.
Cedric Doombe is a certified badass who has sent plenty of cocky opponents straight into the shadows, and one of his most satisfying KOs came against the brash Nabia. From the jump, Doombe on the ring with low kicks, popping jabs, and dropping overhand rights.
Doombe predicts a knockout here, Joe, but it's so hard to hit Nabia. A lot of emotions on Doombe.
Realizing he was outgunned, Nabia took the cheap route, throwing punches to the back of Doombe's head in a desperate bid to slow him down. And just to top it off, he started showboating, as if he wasn't getting beaten into a pulp.
Good jab, and another jab for Doombe. Stick and move.
But all that swagger just poured gasoline on Doombe's fire, as he uncorked a hellacious overhand right. Nabia stumbled to his feet, only to walk straight into a nuclear right hand that sent him on a first-class trip to the netherworld.
Best finisher in the world! It is over! Cedric, the best! Doombe!
Have you ever wondered how effective Shaolin Kung Fu really is in modern times? Well, Yi Long versus Yashiro Kido gave us a pretty clear answer. The Kung Fu master gave Kido some real problems early. Long's stealth and unpredictability made it seem like the old ways still had some bite. But then, Kido unleashed the ninja within, sending Long on a direct flight back to his legendary ancestors. The next fight between Lenny Blossy and Shu Inagaki was an absolute war from the opening bell, with the Japanese fighter making his presence felt with crisp combinations. Blossy roared back in the second with power shots of his own. But just as it looked like Blossy was making a comeback, Inagaki unleashed a perfectly timed knee to the face. Knee strikes are among the most soul-crushing strike, and Khil Bahama has first-hand experience thanks to Magub, who opened up with crisp 1-2s. And when he met no resistance, he took flight and left Khil stiff as a board.
Oh my goodness me, that was a quick KO beautifully landed on the chin.
Romania's Kostin Mincu is an absolute battle tank who has steamrolled many, including Alex Felipe.
Cum ai zis și tu, că la pauză vom revedea acea...
Iese din ring, da, este knockout. Este făcut knockout, da, Filip și a fost scos din ring aproape de adversarul său.
The best knockouts always seem to come from the lower leagues, don't they? Gabran Fontella made sure of that in 2022.
Oh! That is all she wrote! EJ Hernandez is looking at the lights.
So those were the most devastating knockouts in kickboxing. If you want more bone-crushing action, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.